Well, we're live and we're in charge. Welcome to Crazy Pinfalls, the draft, and we're previewing it a little bit. So we're going to give our own take and also give you our own picks. I did SmackDown last year. I had the first pick, so it's only right to have your boy Rob Wilkins doing the first round pick and the first pick he wants. You pick SmackDown this time. I will take Raw, and then we'll do a format. As it's stated from previously, tag teams are just considered one pick. Factions are considered. What I did last night was a collective of, the bloodline with the Usos are equated to Roman. Same with the New Day; they're attached to Big E, even with title or no title. Just because it makes more sense to balance those three to each brand.
Okay.
And then the main titles stay as is Impact, but the only titles that are floatable are the IC title, the NXT UK title, just for shits and giggles, and then we also have the IC and the other stuff too. So might as well just kick it into high gear. So what is your first pick, Rob?
I'm gonna go with the. Let's go with Roman and crew.
Nice. So the bloodline. Okay.
Yep, got to keep the bloodline. Gotta go with what's working.
All right. I'm gonna try to do this banner thing. Hopefully it works. I'm just gonna number it and put which one is, but not paint any. So my pick for Raw is going to be the New Day.
Cool.
Keep that together. I mean, it's right. So we're going to do what, 15 each, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're liking things, we can keep going, but that's up to you. Let's go with. I think I'm going to keep Becky.
Nice. So I'm gonna do something different, and a lot of people are gonna criticize me. I'm gonna be a homer for here. I'm gonna take Sasha Banks.
I knew you were going that route. That was gonna be my next pick too.
Your 8 minds think alike, right?
Yeah. So that means I would be 3. Or you know what? Let's change it. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley.
Wow.
So I get MVP with that.
No, you get all of them.
Well, I'm okay. Well, I'll take them because I'm hoping they're all back together. But and granted, I mean, they were last week based off what we saw, but who knows? That could have been a 1 week thing with MVP gone.
I just put the Hurt Business just in general.
Sounds good.
So you have Becky. I have Sasha. I'll do as people with injuries, are they available?
I mean, yeah, you could pick them. I mean, usually they don't, but like if you're thinking Bailey, that's fine. I mean, I get it.
You read my mind right there.
Cool.
Bailey would be it.
I'm gonna go with AJ and Omos.
Well, I need to keep my Raw Women's Champion, so I just basically took 3/4 of the horsewomen, so why not keep Charlotte in the attack?
There you go. I'm gonna give him a push. Kevin Owens.
Fight Owens fight. All right. So I got 3 of the best women in there. I'm gonna go another woman just because I want to keep that as a strong attribute for Raw because I want to be able to have one of the best women's divisions ever, like all time. So I mean, with Bailey, Charlotte, and Sasha, that's the pillars. But you need a new pillar, and we got to look for the future. So Raw picks Bianca Belair.
Sweet. I'm gonna go with the guy that just returned last week on pay-per-view, Demon Balor or Finn Balor, Demon Balor, whatever you want to call him.
Technically, it's two people in one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to think. I got 4 pillars for women's division. I got the future right there with Bianca. New Day. You took the Hurt Business, so that's a good chunk. And got to have somebody for E to feud with. I want to go younger on Raw. I want to change the. I know it sounds an oxymoron with the women's division and stuff, but for men's side, I'm gonna throw like a left field on this, and people are gonna be like, interesting. Why not Ricochet?
Nice. It's my guy. I like Ricochet.
13. Basically, right. We're doing a total of 30. So
yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and go this route. I'm gonna give her a push here too. Liv Morgan.
Nice. And then even if some reports are reporting that she will not be on TV, I will take the playground with Alexa Bliss. So basically, I am going old school 2016, 2017, 18 right there with Raw right now with that whole thing. So,
well, let's give me Tegan Nox and Shotzi.
Well, we need a mid-card title. I'll take Damian Priest.
Okay, I was thinking the same, so I'm going to go with Shinsuke.
I'm going to put with Bogues in there because that was the controversy last night.
Yeah.
But basically, you get 2 and 1.
Yep.
So 17. And this is all off of my top of my mind, so I'm not looking at rosters or anything.
Yeah.
Are we doing through NXT too, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can. Just don't you're not.
It'd be like 2 and 2. Yeah.
You don't want to take like one of the new guys like
Braun
Breaker. You're gonna try to do somebody that hasn't been around or you know what I mean.
And it's interesting because this idea in my head, because of the way this storyline's going right now, and if you consider the index part of it, part of the way they're both connected, and Loomis. So I would put Loomis in that category. I don't know what you think about that.
That's fine. If that's the way you want to go, that's cool.
But the way is coming to Raw. That will give me Candice when she gets back, Indy, Loomis, Theory, and Gargano.
Okay. Well, I've always wanted Sami Zayn to go on a tag team run with Kevin Owens, so I'm going to take them both. I'm going to take Sami Zayn.
You think I could spell? I'm surprised. I'll make a pick, and then this is my last NXT pick because this is going to be, if we're doing floating titles across, this will bring a main an NXT title up to main roster. Yes, it will be overloaded with titles, but hey, I mean, it gives people opportunity. Nobody in the draft last night, I repeat, nobody picked these. I'll take Hit Row.
Nice. That's they've been rumored, so we'll see. I don't think they will, but that's just we'll see. Maybe. Every show needs a real good worker, so I'm gonna take the tag team of Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. That way they can work their single matches too, and they're both good workers.
Uh, 19. Priest. I want Priest to stay away from Sheamus. That's already been went through. Hardy too has been went through. I can do Priest versus Swerve Scott. That's why Hit Row is good with the unification of the United States and the North American title. Could be a pinpoint in there. Oh wow, he is picked very low in this draft, but I'll take the Scottish Cyborg, Drew McIntyre.
Okay. I was wondering if you were going to take him or my next guy, Seth Rollins. I'm keeping Seth Rollins on SmackDown.
That's why I didn't pick him, because you picked Becky. I wasn't going to go that route.
Oh, okay. I should have waited then. How many are we at right now?
It's number 21.
Okay.
So we're doing 30, and we're doing pretty good on time. So let's see up to 40, 20 and 20, pretty much. I figured a half hour would, because that way we could just chill and talk a little bit before. I'm a huge fan of this guy. I'm a huge fan of his being a talent. The new name he got is trash.
Son of a bitch. That's who I was going to take next.
I'm going to take the undisputed former dual champion of NXT, Keith Lee. And I'm getting rid of that bear claw cat freaking thing. I'm going to have him go back to his old stuff, you know.
I'm going to take, even though they're the tag team champions, I'm going to take Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley.
Uh, 23. That's making me want to go bare bone and look right at that roster now. Since we do have legends on from time to time, and I needed to get a little bit rated R here and there, I'm going to take Edge.
Okay.
Which I have a feeling on Monday he will be drafted eventually to Raw at some point.
Well, I think in our case, I think because the way it's been the past couple of years, I think we should let Cena still be as a free agent.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to pick him.
I think Brock should be the same way too. Let him float back and forth.
Okay.
But
that sounds good. Well, since we're going that route, I'm going to go with, and I'm going to fix him so he doesn't have to wear that stupid helmet. Karrion Kross.
Now, are you going to put Scarlett with them or not?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll put with Scarlett.
Okay, I was going to draft her if not, so that's fine.
No, that's why I was saying, are you going to do both?
Yeah.
Because if we do both, it makes it easier. We got an extremely strong women's division. Not really great on tags, but we're going to end up bringing the smoke in. I want the Profits.
Okay.
Have the Profits go against the New Day.
The Street Profits?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with another tag team. I'm going to keep, well, you know what? Actually, let's see here. Do I want to go that route? You know what? I'm a big fan of them. I'm going to go with the Viking Raiders.
Bring them back as the War Raiders.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
So number 27. Man, I wish she was still WWE and not AEW, because Ruby Riott would be a perfect fit on here. But known as Ruby Soho. But that would be interesting. I'm trying to think. I wish I could dip into NXT again. I already did mine too. Oh God. It's hard when you watch WWE product here and there and watch some of it. I'm trying to think. Racking my brain. Actually, you know what? I'll bring the guy that's from my girlfriend's hometown. I'm breaking these two up. I know, Mason T-Bar and stuff like that, but I'm going to put him back as who he is, who he should be, and push him against him and Keith Lee for a title.
There you go.
And I'm going to turn it into Dijak, a.k.a.
Sweet.
T-Bar.
Okay. I'm going to take Riddle. Since they're a tag team, I guess I'll take Riddle and RKO. Or KO, rather. Or not, sorry, RKO.
RK Bro.
Yeah, RK Bro.
Wow.
I can't talk, but yeah, RK Bro.
Does that mean they vacate the Raw tag titles?
Oh shit, they're champions now, aren't they?
Well, we picked Bloodline and New Day and stuff like that, so it doesn't. And the champions are in this draft regardless now. It's way past that.
I forgot all about that.
So they'll vacate it, and then we'll do a number one contender.
They lose it tonight on SmackDown, so that's great. No, we'll have them lose it on Monday. There you go. We'll book them to lose on Monday.
So this person is rumored to be coming back eventually, and her in Raw is going to be a little different. It's overloaded with titles and stuff from my Raw. But what I would do is I would do a women's mid-card title, because you have the two women's tag titles, and even though they float back and forth, they'll be primarily on SmackDown. I will have, and even though she's a WWE official, she will be returning, and this is a long shot, Sonya Deville.
Sweet. That was going to be like one of my last sleeper picks. These two have been rumored to be going up, probably. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Let's see. You know what? I'm a big fan of like having like the strong workers. So I'm gonna take Cesaro.
Oh, you can take Sheamus too, dude, and create the bar. That's fine too.
I'll get to. Okay, go ahead and pick. Well, go ahead and pick two in a row, because I'll take Sheamus next.
All right. Well, I'll just do mine, and then we'll table Sheamus for after that. 31 for Raw. Oof. Need tags. Need some people that are capable of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
At least this time around, I'm not doing it with a whole sheet of roster like we did with Fightful last year. So this is a lot more fun, because it's like you have to use your actual brain. I'm trying to think who's impressed me on Raw and all that stuff. Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. Mustafa Ali. I know I'm going to butcher the spelling of it.
Mansoor?
No, just Ali himself.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to take...
And then you said Sheamus, right?
Yeah.
So 33. It's not really in tag teams on both brands. It's very thin, though. It's ridiculously thin. I don't want to do this. I really don't, but I have no choice. I'll take Happy Corbin.
Damn it.
All right, go ahead, Rob. We'll go up to 40, an even 40.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Dakota. Dakota.
That's a good one. 35. I'll pull DGMC on this one just for the hell of it. I'll pick Goldberg. Screw it. Why not? Let him and Roman go at that for a fun. Wish they had that match. Let him and E go at it. I know it's just one of those things. It's like he's here 2 times a year and stuff, but it's the only name that popped up in DGMC did last night.
Yeah, true. Well, I need to build on my tag team some more, so I'm gonna go with Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo.
I'm just gonna type in and call them the Garza crew.
Okay.
Well, they're family, so 37. We got 2 and 2 left. Oh man, there's one person I want to pick, but they're not a wrestler, and that person's over there, and I can't. So, oh god, it's like a stacked roster for the most part. Hit Row. Well, I got tag teams with Hit Row and The Way. I'm not. Jinder wouldn't be a perfect fit because he would still want to be feuding with Drew. You got RK Bro, so that kind of takes that. Looking at figuring the card from this weekend, try to remember anything. Well, women's tag team is kind of running thin. There's not really many people you can do that with. Man, last year was easy. Easier. We went through it a lot quicker.
Well, the problem is look how many people they've cut.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I already know, like, if we go that route, we already know Ruby Riott would have been picked. I already know Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman would have been gone, and
Bray would have been my first pick overall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That just shows
from a multifacet of it, what he could do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't want Jeff Hardy. That's kind of self-explanatory. You have Rhea. I'm trying to figure out who I can look towards in the future of that division. Because you took Tegan, that would have been. Oh, since NXT UK is part of it, is that a separate thing you could draft from, or is just NXT overall?
I was just thinking NXT, but if you want to do I mean, the only person I would say that's not touchable in NXT UK is going to be Walter, and the reason I say that because he's been on the record saying he doesn't want to move to the United States to wrestle. So, I mean, it's if you treat him like a Lesnar type thing, I guess you could pick him, but he wouldn't be somebody that's going to be on TV every week. So,
well, I'm going to take Kaylee Ray, the former UK Women's Champion. She will go in a feud with Charlotte right off the bat.
Let's see here. You know what? I'm going to keep her on SmackDown, and I'm going to put her in the Bloodline. Naomi.
So my last pick, because you're going to end at 40. I'm going to split the two up. I know they're a tag team right now, but I think going forward, so I'm going to take Dominic Mysterio.
Okay.
And let him learn how to do everything without his dad.
Man, you put me in a hard place here because there's a couple of different people I want, but I really think she has a bright future. And I don't think I picked her because it felt like I did pick her earlier. Tony Storm.
The happily engaged Tony Storm.
Yeah, future Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah. So at the banner.
Helen of a bitch.
So here's like, our picks right now.
Yeah, like I already see like I made one mistake. I should have picked Shayna somewhere earlier.
So this is all the tickers and stuff like that. So we're gonna end up any chance Goldberg gets drafted number 1. Thanks, DGMC. Sorry, my Raw roster yesterday is stacked. Yeah, you did a really good job yesterday. So the draft goes into effect. Yeah. So on the show last night, we're gonna have these guys maintain each show's draft, not to make moves, but to see where their picks lie in each individual programming on each brand, because we want to see who lands as number 1. But we're literally 30 minutes from SmackDown from being to start the draft off. What are your expectations, Rob, of the draft? And is there anything you expect to see that will shock you in this draft compared to past? Like Cena being number 1 out of nowhere or something.
I right now I don't see that. I really don't see like any huge like surprises. Because last year I got my hopes up, so this year I've kind of like let them down, like I'm not expecting too much. I do think that Roman and crew will be the first to go. I think that has to be a given. But I think we might see Omos get picked really high. I really do. I think he might be the second guy that goes for SmackDown. That's just my opinion.
If anything for me has been tailored the way they're shaping it up because Bayley's not in the mix, I wouldn't be surprised that what they did with the New Day and the Usos happens. And what I mean by that is that Charlotte gets drafted to SmackDown, and then on the Raw side of it, she defends the title on Monday night and loses the title. Because to me, and everybody says that I'm wrong about this, but to me, Fox wants major big names, and Charlotte is a big name. And the last time 3 out of the 4 horsewomen of WWE were on the same roster, let's say Sasha stays, was when SmackDown Live was happening and Becky became their champion and was the only horsewoman out of the 4 on there.
Yeah.
I think this time around, Vince is going to pull strings to make, Fox happy and try to tailor to USA, saying we're going to go young for you guys to give you longevity for the show. I think Bianca gets over to Raw. I think Rhea stays put with Nikki, but I think they're going to go into like Dakota and a little bit more in the NXT pool, a little bit more deeper than usual this year. I could be wrong, but I think for the first time in WWE history, all 4 of those former NXT champions, except for Bayley being one of them, is going to end up being on the roster.
Yeah.
And Bayley being injured and basically can go anywhere. I think it's more enticing storyline to have all 4 of them on the same brand for one time in their whole career. And why not pull it now when you're looking at what Mania is 5 months away to pull the epic trigger to do so?
It's about 6 months.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're
so
close enough.
So I mean, what not would Vince want to do at the biggest WrestleMania ever with fans coming back from COVID to not pull the trigger on this match, the four horsewomen match, and having both titles on the line for the again at a main event at WrestleMania, even if it's being rumored to be 2 nights again.
Well, they did announce that it was 2 nights, I believe, if I remember correctly. Somebody in chat will probably know, but I think they did change it to 2 nights. Again, like right when they announced it, or not right when they announced it, but when they made another, when they made their second announcement about it, I think they said it was going to be 2 nights again. Anyways, and I do agree with what Aaron says. I think in general they're going to keep the couples together. I think so. Like you'll see like Seth and Becky stay on the same brand. The one, and somebody, we should have probably done this earlier, but I didn't think about it, is, and I think he'll be one of those guys that will kind of, I think Brock's gonna stay wherever Paul Heyman is, type
Pretty
thing.
much.
So, but if he goes Raw, Paul Heyman goes to Raw anyways, like every week, I believe. I think I read not too long ago. He does. Obviously, he's at SmackDown, but I think he goes Raw too. But I think somebody that's, and it's been really quiet, I think AJ Styles is due for a big push.
Mm-hmm.
He's somebody that Vince McMahon really trusts in this business, and he's probably, in my opinion, the last non-made WWE guy that Vince is like just kind of like been enamored with, like him and probably Shinsuke are up there for Vince.
Yeah.
And I think AJ is due for a push, a big push. And I mean, you put Omos with him, a guy that has been in the ring and before, and he's basically doing a favor for Vince, like showing this guy the ropes and stuff. And I think the reward would be to bring him in. Something else that kind of came to me when you were talking a few minutes ago is, I would obviously I want anybody that's lost their job with WWE, I want them to get back on their feet. I definitely would like to see maybe somebody that got released come back tonight, like, or not necessarily tonight, but during the draft, like somebody that they brought him back, something like that. I would love to see something. I would love to see a good story happen, you know what I mean?
I heard rumors through
Well,
YouTube.
I don't want to hear any rumors. So.
No, not. I'm just saying, like certain things, like Brave. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't asked, but paid attention to the Fightful reports recently, just because how crazy life can be. Which everybody says I should watch the product. They're right. I should. It's just life's insane. That it wouldn't be shocked, and if this was me, and this is a name I'll throw out there, if they bring Bray back.
I think he would be the guy I would want back the most, but there's a lot of rumors that he's going to Impact. We'll see, and you never know. I think after Bray, the next guy that would be back is Braun. I think Vince would take Braun back in a second, if they could negotiate some of that money he was making. I mean, he had a huge contract, and he took advantage of it while he could.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. And
yeah,
something I just realized that we forgot because she hasn't been on there is Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll see Asuka get drafted tonight, and rightfully so.
Well, we're gonna shift through the draft. We're gonna talk about the tournament a little bit for that beautiful bell over there. You have a huge match coming up now. Yeah, people are saying, yeah, you you got a breezeway because you knew the guy who was running it. The fact of the matter is that Ray Callahan is taking a sabbatical right now, and rightfully so. So we will not ask him to divulge any of his stuff. It's the same way with a wrestler. We treat this tournament kind of like with people in a wrestling promotion. These guys, we don't go into their own personal lives. We don't believe it's the right thing to do. If Ray ever wants to talk about what's going on with him, it's Ray's decision to do so. But therefore, because Ray was not available to do his predictions, Rob was able to move forward. The same thing with Tank Bearclaw. Tank was not available at the time. Lewis has moved forward, sadly, but Rob had picks. Did a pick show, and I put my picks in because we haven't done a pick show in a while. So I figured two friends going at it, why not? Just something fun. But you have a huge match with none other than Wrestling Perspectives, who's a friend of the show and somebody who will help me from time to time if he's not busy, Dennis Farrell. So what are your thoughts of Bound for Glory being the matchup for the Wicked Crazy Pinfalls title? I haven't got a chance to ask you that, so I figured I'd ask you now.
Oh, I'm definitely anxious. I'm anxious. I like doing this kind of stuff. So going up against Dennis, who I know obviously, like, he did some Fightful stuff a few years ago. So I know him. So it'll be good to knock him down. Like, just kind of let him know that I'm gonna do what I do best, and I'm just gonna pick better. It's easy to say, I'm gonna beat him, and it is what it is. I'm not scared by any means.
Let's just say this much: Rob's technically the one who is like my pallbearer, like my flag waver right now, because I can't do anything. My hands are tied. So Rob has free reign, being a co-creator. So, you and Dennis will have one of those matches in this tournament that I think, when it comes to the community belt, people will talk about.
I hope so. I just hope I win. That's really all it comes down to.
Well, it looks like me and Amanda might have to book up a trip to Minnesota at some point just to deliver this belt. But we'll cut it early. SmackDown's going to be on in about 20 minutes and stuff, and everybody needs to get their popcorn ready and everything, because this should be interesting.
But anyways, the like before we go, that the card's starting to look pretty good for Bound for Glory, and they're going to have that tournament. Like the Impact. I think it's a weird name, Digital Media Championship. I think that's kind of odd, but you got that. You got the three-way final. You got the final for the three-way Impact Division Championship. You have Rich Swann, Brian Myers versus, I think they haven't announced the third guy for that. Deanna versus Mickey James, and of course Christian Cage versus Josh Alexander. Oh, take my money. So.
Well, Rob, tell them where they can find you, my friend.
You could find me on Twitter at Rob Wilkins. Otherwise, every Tuesday night I'm covering NXT 2.0 on Fightful. Every Wednesday I'm covering AEW Dynamite on Fightful. And for the time being, I'm covering AEW Rampage on Friday nights. I'm doing a monthly retro review on Fightful Select. I'm trying to do a lot of things for Fightful. I'm trying to do as much as I can for Sean and company. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to stay busy. I haven't been doing much of the sports stuff right now because I'm just mainly focusing on wrestling.
Well, like I said to you off the camera, and I'll say this on, it'd be an honor to do a retro review with you, considering how many we've done. A couple, we've did a match memories, we've done a live match memories. So, I mean, it'd be great to do something with you in order to do that again, through a different eyes of perspectives and stuff. Other than that, we'll cut this short because, well, I did all the cues like I usually do, but do a good deed, pay it forward. Go check out Rob and check out Fightful and Love Wrestling. Those two places are great support of this place. Also, Wrestling Perspective. Go check out Dennis Farrell and company over there. They're big support for the show. And anything you guys do, comment, subscribe, talk about our picks, see what you think, and just tell us what you think. What else you think. The future's bright. We have 2 channels going on, so we have a lot of content for you guys to absorb.
Yeah.
So we got Bound for Glory. We have a 2 matches coming up for Crown Jewel, maybe 3. I got to see if that all fits in, and then there's certain things in the pipeline to work on and go from there. And then if you need to follow somebody, there's one person that I've been tweeting with and tagging in along the way, and follow her. She's amazing. She has my back all the time. So I will put her handle out periodically. She'll give you advice for hair, all that stuff. If she wants to, if she has time, you could tweet her and ask her the stuff about opinions on that. She's amazing at it. But other than that, do a good deed, pay it forward. Enjoy watching SmackDown tonight.